thank you so much for tuning into this week's Transformative Thursday. Tonight, I have a story that I think that you might find a little bit helpful for where you might currently be in your life's journey. You know, there is a story about a dog owner who purchased a pit bull. Now, this dog owner, he lived in a townhouse, so he did not have a fence in his backyard. So when he wanted to go ahead and put his dog outside, he created a dog house, and he would put his dog in the dog house, but he would also place his dog on a leash. As a puppy, the pit bull was placed on a leash in the backyard. As an adolescent dog, the dog was put on a leash in the backyard. And when the dog had developed all of his strength, even as an adult, when he was placed in the backyard, he was placed on a leash in the backyard. One day, dog owner number 2 is walking and playing with his dog, and he is throwing a tennis ball back and forth. And then dog owner number 2, he actually threw his tennis ball a little bit too far, and it ends up in the backyard of dog owner number 1. So dog owner number 1, his pit bull lunged towards the tennis ball. When he lunged towards the tennis ball, he realized that there was something that was restricting him from getting to what he wanted. And because of the leash, he was out of range from getting the tennis ball that he desired. Surprisingly, the pit bull, which he had never done before, he continued to lunge, he continued to crawl, he continued to bark. He lunged a little bit more. He crawled a little bit more. He barked even louder. And as he continued to lunge, as he continued to crawl, as he continued to bark, finally he broke free from the leash that was restricting him, and he was able to possess the tennis ball that he desired. The revelation that I have from this illustration is that I don't believe that the pit bull developed more strength in that moment. What I actually believe is that the pit bull actually possessed the strength all along to break free from what was restricting him, but what he needed was something to motivate him. The right motivation caused him to tap into a strength that he already possessed so he could break free from his restriction so that he can pursue what was desirable to him. The question that I want to pose to you on this evening is there a lack of motivation in your life that is causing you to allow yourself to remain restrictive to whatever your circumstances or whatever your condition may be? But maybe in this season of our life, our prayer shouldn't be, God, give me more strength, but maybe the exposure to the right motivation will cause us to tap into a strength that remains dormant on the inside, that all it takes is the right vision, the right exposure of vision. The right exposure of a new possibility will cause you to move beyond what has restrained and restricted you for years and position your heart posture to say, I want to break free from what is holding me so I can possess that which I desire to have. In this pandemic season, I want to challenge you. Don't lose your vision in this season. Don't allow circumstances and the conditions of this world to restrain you or confine you to a moment where you feel like I'm in bondage of what is going on around me. For the Bible says in Proverbs chapter 29, verse 18, in the King James Version, that without vision, my people perish. Don't allow your vision, don't allow your dreams, don't allow your aspirations to perish in this season simply because you lose sight of what it is that God says that you can have. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to this Transformative Thursday. And my prayer for you on this evening is that you would position yourself to ask God, expose me to greater levels of vision, because a greater level of vision is going to cause me to tap into a greater level of pursuit. And a greater exposure to vision, to vision is going to position you to tap into a strength that God has already placed on the inside of you. For it is the Bible that declares that God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly more than you can ever think or ask for, but it is according to the power that works on the inside. For this Transformative Thursday, I want to let you know that there is a power that is working on the inside of you. And maybe, just maybe, the right vision will cause you to tap into the power of God that God has placed on the inside of you. Until we see you again next Thursday, peace and power.